This is the Pursuit of Wellness podcast, and I'm your host, Mari Llewellyn. Hi guys, welcome back to the show. Today is another solo episode, so I hope you're cozy, I hope you're comfortable. Maybe you're driving to work, maybe you're at home. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm happy to be talking to you today. And we're going to get cozy together and kind of reflect on 2024. And then I'm going to answer some Q&A questions. So just a really cozy chat. Clearly, I love the word cozy. Take a shot every time I say the word cozy. I just wanted to say thank you so much for all of the support through 2024. If you tune in every single week, if you tune in every now and again, if you've listened to one or two episodes, it is so deeply appreciated. This show is such a ginormous part of my life, and it has completely changed my life in so many ways. It's, put me in front of people I could have never have imagined I'd be talking to. I've learned so much. It's completely changed my career and what my job looks like every single day. It's changed my relationship with myself. I feel like I've done way more, reflecting on my own health and my own, trauma. And it's sort of allowed me to dive a lot deeper on my own life and then also get really curious about other people's lives. And I think it's allowed me to have a ton of empathy, open my mind up to new ideas. I really do think podcasting is such a valuable platform and one that I hope continues to be popular, because I think it's bringing back the value that short form content kind of took away from us for a little bit. So I really do appreciate you guys tuning in, and we just have such exciting things coming in 2025. A really big announcement that I can't share quite yet, but it's in the works behind the scenes right now, and I just can't wait to see your guys' reactions. So, and also just some programming updates. Me and the team are taking the week of December 23rd off to recharge and reflect. So just a heads up on that. I do have an episode coming out December 30th, which is focused on my transformation story, kind of a deep dive on how I lost 90 pounds, completely changed my life, started a business, kind of looking back to that time of my life that really feels like I became who I am now. And I want to touch on that and pull some tips for you guys setting New Year's goals and really committing yourself to something, whether you're in the position of, I want to turn my whole life around, or maybe you just want to tweak a couple things. We're going to dive deep into that on that episode. I thought maybe I'd do a little 2024 in review for myself. And when I sat down to do this, I was like, wait, what have I done this year? And I think this year was a bit different for me in a few ways. I feel like since 2017, which was my year of weight loss, I've just sort of been in overdrive, masculine, fight or flight mode, which I don't mean in a negative way. I actually I'm so happy that I went through that time of my life, and I was so disciplined and really in hustle mode for so long. And it's what got me here. It's what built my company bloom. It's what built my podcast. It's what made me who I am. But I think this was the year, and I think it has a lot to do with my fertility journey, but I think this was the year that I sort of hit a wall a little bit. And I was like, oh my gosh, I guess I've been doing this for 7 years and not really stopped to look up and look around me. Really my whole life was just work out, discipline, structure, rigidity, So I think this year moving to Austin, was a huge thing. And moving to Austin was a very intentional time for me where I was like, I feel the burnout. I feel like my life isn't really sustainable right now. I really want to go to Austin and focus on building relationships that are for a lifetime, amazing friendships, people I can enjoy what I've built with, because otherwise what's the point? Spending more time on my hobbies, getting into cooking, really leaning into things that make me super happy. And I feel like I did that. I found some amazing friends, amazing friends that I will cherish for the rest of my life, hopefully. And I already just feel so close to the people I've met here, neighbors, friends, work colleagues. It's just been amazing. The people who live in Austin are incredible. I got the chickens I always wanted. I started riding Western. I feel like I really did all the things that I said I wanted to do. And that makes me really happy. So we got a new house. We launched our Bloom energy drinks, which was a huge thing for us at Bloom, and they've taken off. I mean, they're at Target. They're like one of the top sellers. Like, it's insane to see. We had a new partnership start here at Nutrabolt. I turned 30 this year, celebrated it in Cabo. We got a new house. I already said that. We hit 3 years married on December 1st, which is really special. We had a launch party in London where I got to meet tons of London Bloom fans. I got to see people I went to school with. It was really incredible. And what else did I want to mention? I spoke at Harvard, which was a huge highlight for me in my career and was a really special moment for me. I will say every single memory I'm listing, just to be honest, I keep thinking about, oh yeah, when you were in Cabo, you thought you were pregnant, or when you were here, you were thinking about how can I get pregnant? Like, the fertility journey really did shape my year. And I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Like, it definitely took over a lot of my life. And I'm really proud of myself for fighting through months of feeling just so obsessed with it to the point where I was not ever just happy being in the present. And I got through that and I fought through that. And I feel like I really let go of the outcome and got way more relaxed about it. Still, yes, a priority. And I was still going to doctor's appointments, but really just letting go of the obsession and holding myself to this insane standard. And it's just funny looking back, just how much it affected every single moment of my life this year. And I'm sure if you're going through a fertility journey, you can relate, but it really just consumes everything. And yeah, I don't know in this moment if I'm pregnant or not, probably not. But now I feel like I have so much more of a plan. And I haven't really done a fertility update. I'm not sure I'll do it on this episode. I might save it for a future solo. But I do have an update on the plan. And by the way, guys, I also talk a lot about this on my TikTok. If you want to go follow me on TikTok, we'll link it in the description box. But yeah, obviously I wanted to touch on the fertility journey and I'm proud of myself. I feel like it's one of the hardest things I've ever been through. I really thought losing 90 pounds would be the hardest thing I've ever been through. Turns out maybe not. Fertility really messes with you, messes with your head. So, I just feel for anyone else going through that. And I feel very hopeful right now. And I feel more in control than I have felt in over a year. Not that there's really much control ever with fertility, but I feel supported and I feel in control. So that's a good thing. You guys know I am very particular with my skincare as someone with very acne-prone skin who had cystic acne for 10 years and now has clear skin. I still love using Clearstem. It is the first skincare line that combines all three categories: anti-acne, anti-aging, and clean, which means free of hormone disruptors and pore clogging fillers. It really is one of the only skincare brands I trust on the market. The founders, Danielle and Kaylee, are absolutely amazing. They've both struggled with acne themselves and know what it's like. So they formulate their products with so much care to make sure there are no hormone disruptors or pore clogging fillers. They also have an acne lab test, which is helping thousands of people get to the root cause of their acne through comprehensive lab testing and lifestyle-based recommendations. There are so many products from Clearstem I use every single day, like the shampoo and conditioner. I love the gentle cleanser. I love the lip balm. I love the body lotion, all acne safe, which is so important to me, and free of hormone disruptors. As women, we have to be so conscious of the products we're using every single day, and that is why I love Clearstem. Visit clearstemskincare.com and use code POW at checkout for 20% off your first purchase. Again, that's code POW, P-O-W, for 20% off your first purchase at clearstemskincare.com. Function Health is the gift everyone will be talking about this year. It's about giving more time together and more years together. The one gift that stands out for everyone on your list, Function Health provides transformative insights into your body that go beyond what's available at standard doctor's visits. I am personally gifting my family members Function Health as someone who is really aware of the power of testing. I want to give this gift to my family because this is the type of thing where I feel like there are certain people in the older generation who don't want to do testing. And if I give them this as a gift, they have to do it. And I know that they're going to be healthier for it and they'll be appreciative in the long run. I personally did function lab testing and got my results. It was so easy to take action items after seeing the results. They simplify health data with no confusing results or jargon. They deliver clear and actionable insights that empower you to take control of your health. It's the perfect gift. It doesn't end up as clutter. It is memorable and transformative. It's the ultimate form of care, helping loved ones live longer, healthier lives. Gifting Function means more time, quality time together, and there is nothing more valuable. Gift time, not stuff, and head to functionhealth.com/pow to gift Function for yourself or a loved one. Gifts bypass Function's 400,000 plus waiting list. I also just want to touch on some podcast highlights. I want to celebrate the fact that we held top positions in the charts, closing out the year with over 10 million downloads, which is absolutely insane. We are currently number 1 in the mental health charts on Apple. We have been in the top 10 health and fitness charts on Apple. We hit the Spotify charts. We've pretty much been in the top charts the entire year, which is absolutely insane. Never really did I think that it would get to that degree. I had very high hopes for the show. Honestly, I went into it saying, like, I am doing this the right way and it's going to be a really good show. And when I put my mind to something, generally I make it happen. But none of this would have happened without you guys. And I just want to say the support is so felt by me and the team. We are about to hit our 2-year anniversary of the show in early 2025, which is so crazy. I don't remember my life without the show, but it's only 2 years old. And I just have so much gratitude for the listeners who helped me build, who helped me shape what the show is, come up with ideas, bring on amazing guests. It really just means a lot. And I love my POW girls and POW boys. So I want to say thank you. And also, I'm just really, really proud of the fact that if you look at the top health and wellness charts, almost all of them are men. And occasionally you'll see other women up there, but predominantly I am one of the only women in the top health and fitness charts, which is obviously kind of insane. I think the women's health space is so important, and there are so many topics that women aren't taught. And we're having conversations on this show about PCOS, fertility, gut health, the connection with processed foods and our fertility, fragrances, beauty products, things that we are not taught in school. And too often I have conversations with women who don't know this information. And I couldn't be more proud to be getting it out there and having experts on the show sort of give free information like this. I think it's really, really important. And I'm really happy that we have a woman in the top health and fitness charts, and I really, really hope to see more up there because I love seeing that. Women in male fields, is that the trend everyone's doing? Yeah, women in male fields. Anyway, okay, that is my review of the year. Okay, let me jump into the Q&A. Once again, I have not looked at these questions and I have not planned my answers, which I think makes it even better. I already see a sex question. LOL. Talk about January 2024 you versus December 2024 you. Ooh. So different. I mean, January 2024, I was still in LA. we were still like wrapping things up. I remember being highly stressed because we were finishing out our deal that we did with Bloom that led to us moving here. I remember packing up the house. I remember feeling very excited about moving to Austin. I didn't really have many friends back then. I sort of had like these goals and dreams for what I wanted my life to look like. And now I feel like I have my dream circle of people around me. I live in my dream house. I love what I do every day. I feel very content now. And I think then I still felt hungry for something all the time, if that makes sense. Definitely way more obsessive about my fertility journey back then. I think good things. I think this year has been challenging for me without a doubt, but I do feel like I'm better because of it, if that makes sense. What are you looking forward to most in 2025? Gosh, finally being pregnant, probably. Like, I'd be lying if I didn't say that was true. Finally being pregnant and being able to stop talking about this topic. Hopefully having a baby, even though it will be towards the end of the year. I'm so excited for everything. Like, I have some really exciting projects coming up. I feel very creative lately. I feel like for a while with my job, it was very business forward. And in reality, I'm a very creative person, and I feel like that's coming into my life a lot more lately, and I really like that. I want to get way better at farming. I want to expand my farming journey. I really do. Like, if at the core of my soul, all I really want to do is farm and be around horses. Like, this morning, I had a photo shoot with my horse Red for a magazine, which was really cool. And I was there with him and I was like, genuinely, I could just be here all day. And I don't care if I'm making content. Maybe I'm even recording my freaking podcast at the barn. I don't know what I'm doing. But if I'm around animals, I am happy. That's all I know. So I want to do more of that. What helped maintain a sense of normalcy during your hardships of infertility? Honestly, talking about it, I think. Like, whenever I was internalizing, and everyone deals with things differently. I just want to say that. I went through like months of like internalizing it, and everyone told me like, don't talk about it, keep it private, because otherwise people will ask you questions and da da da. Honestly, maybe it's just my way of coping, and I've like literally built a career out of sharing my struggles. I think that's what I'm put on the earth to do at this point. It makes me feel better because every time I share and I get feedback that other people are dealing with it too, I just feel supported, and I feel like at least I'm helping someone else, if that makes sense. And it's kind of a full circle thing, honestly, because I would consider myself probably in the top 1% healthy people in the world. Like, I really, really take care of myself, and yet I'm struggling to get pregnant. And I think it's really important that I put that out there. And in turn, I'm having people on the show who are talking about fertility and helping with that. And I think that's important. And I feel fulfilled in that. And it makes me feel more normal. With that said, guys, I haven't talked about this, but I have had a couple people on the show during this journey that I've been on that have been, honestly, this is kind of tea. I don't want to like cause drama, but have been sort of like deeply insensitive about fertility. And I felt the conversation was very fearful, and I left feeling very upset and like spiraling, and like I was doing everything wrong, and, you know, left crying and had to call my doctors. And I've had a lot of conversations like that I haven't ended up posting because I feel like I deeply understand how upsetting certain things can be when you're going through things like this. And the last thing that I want is to put out a conversation that is going to cause people to feel anxious and fearful. I think there's a huge difference between offering support and helpful information and like fear mongering and this way or the highway type mentalities. And just know that I am very, very cautious of what I put on this show. And if I feel like someone doesn't have the best interest, or how do I put this? I'm just careful with what I put out there, and I don't put every single conversation out there that I have. And I just wanted to say that. Do you regret living far from your family? I want to move abroad, but miss my family a lot. I have a pretty unique relationship with my family, and I have a pretty like international family. My dad's currently in Singapore. He just retired from the UN. He's doing some like consulting work in Singapore. His wife lives in Switzerland. My mum is in Connecticut, but spends a lot of time in England. Like everyone's sort of spread out. And I think even if I like tried to live near them, it wouldn't end up working because they would move. Everyone's just very independent in my family, honestly. And I never really envisioned a life where I did live near them. So like for me, it's not that difficult. I'm sure when I have a baby, it will be different. But Greg's family lives in New York. I do wish we were closer to them sometimes. I love seeing them. But at the same time, I love Austin so much. And I feel like we have a lot of people in our lives here. So it doesn't upset me too much, to be honest. It isn't too late to gift Cozy Earth this Christmas. I personally feel like making the bedroom into a sanctuary is the most important part of a healthy sleep routine. And everyone in my life wants a healthier sleep routine. I think it is the perfect gift. At my house right now, we're lighting all the fires. We're making everything super cozy, including our Cozy Earth sheets. We love the bamboo sheet set. It elevates everyday luxury into something everyone will adore. It's temperature regulating and so soft. It feels like you're in a luxury hotel room. They also have women's stretch knit long sleeve bamboo pajama set, which is the perfect gift as well. I feel like the pajamas are designed for those who want to cherish relaxation and get super cozy, perfect for Christmas time. What I love about Cozy Earth is the quality. The sheets are temperature regulating with enhanced fabric, superior softness, responsible production, and durability and commitment to quality. Want your Cozy Earth pajamas by Christmas? Order by December 13th for free shipping. Did you miss it? You can still get expedited shipping until December 20th to ensure it arrives on time. Don't wait. Head to cozyearth.com and use my exclusive 40% off code to give the gift of luxury this holiday season. If you get a post-purchase survey, say that you heard about Cozy Earth from this podcast. Wrap the ones you love in luxury with Cozy Earth. This episode of The Pursuit of Wellness is brought to you by Wild Grain. The holiday season is here and it's time to start baking delicious homemade favorites with friends and family. Wild Grain is here to make you look like a baking expert without the stress. I am absolutely obsessed with Wild Grain, guys. It is a bake from frozen subscription box for artisanal breads, pastries, and pastas. The boxes are fully customizable to your taste and dietary restrictions. In addition to their classic variety box, they recently launched a new gluten-free box and a plant-based box that's 100% vegan. Best of all, they take the hassle out of baking since all the items bake from frozen in 25 minutes or less with no mess or cleanup. I actually used my Wild Grain box this past weekend. I made croissants fresh out of the oven. They are so good, so warm, so flaky. And it's honestly the best if you're hosting. You just stick them in the oven and they are ready to go. They are so freaking good. And I love the fact that they use minimal ingredients. They also just launched their apple cider donuts, which I cannot wait to try. Impress your guests with minimal effort this holiday season. Wild Grain is offering our listeners $30 off the first box plus a free item in every box when you go to wildgrain.com/pow. You heard me. You can now get $30 off your first customized box when you go to wildgrain.com/pow, or you can use promo code POW at checkout. Health ins and outs for 2025. I think in is like simplified and out is complicated. I fear, and I know what you're all going to say. You're going to say, oh, you have a podcast that does this. I know that there's so much information out there and everyone has a different opinion on everything and everything's bad and da. But at the end of the day, I feel like we all know what the most important pieces of the puzzle are. It's movement, eating well, drinking enough water, and going outside. And I think at the end of the day, if you're checking those boxes and doing the best you can, then that's all there really is. That's all you really need. And I think, yes, like you can go the extra mile and not wear perfume and not have fragrances all over your house and not, avoid seed oils and all of the above. Like, yes, those are added bonuses, but I think that also defeats the purpose of like living life fully. And I think there's a balance always. So I know I have a podcast that puts a lot of information out there, and I still think that's important. I think knowledge is power, and I love learning and hearing more, but take what is doable for you and leave what isn't, So I hope that helps. That's a good question. How are you sharing personal success and navigate people with insecurities that slam you for it? I feel like I used to struggle a lot more with caring what people think and feeling like I needed to please everyone. And I feel that way about my online presence and in real life, actually, especially this year. I feel like this year has been my year of like standing up for myself and like saying how I feel about things, because I used to be I would say yes to everything, even if I didn't want to do it. I basically had no boundaries. I'd let people walk all over me. And now I'm sort of like, yeah, I'm done on that. And it's taken time. Like it takes practice, and I don't like doing it. I hate confrontation. I hate people being upset with me. But at the same time, like I just have too much self-respect at this point to allow things to, like, people to talk to me a certain way, or I don't know. There's just certain things that I'm not okay with anymore. Sorry, I just went on a full tangent and I lost the question. Navigate people slamming me for my success. I mean, my motto is, if you are doing anything worthwhile, you will upset people. Like, if you're upsetting people, you're doing something right. Unless everyone's upset with you and you're doing something heinous, then I don't know what to say about that. But if you're doing something worthwhile and people are upset about it, sorry, go do it yourself. Like, that's all I have to say about that. I've gotten really like thick-skinned, and I just like don't look myself up. Like, I don't go looking for negativity. If I see my name on TikTok or Google or whatever the hell, I just go whoop, I just keep scrolling. I'm like, that isn't for me. Like, that is not for me. And I don't know. I also, Reddit is not anywhere that you will find me. Like, Reddit is not a thing for me. I will never go on that website. It seems to be a dangerous place. Best advice for a new entrepreneur. I'm feeling very lonely and scared. Yeah, it is a very lonely position to be in. I guess I was lucky because I had Greg. I think that there's a season for everything, and there's a season for being lonely and scared. And I know that sounds tough, but I think you're doing what most people wouldn't dare to do and what most people can't get through, and just keep reminding yourself every day, if I can get through this, there is something waiting for me on the other side that I can't even imagine right now. And I think it's so worthwhile pushing through that discomfort. And I'm a big risk person. Like, I think if you want to do something big, you got to take the leap, and you got to be willing to say, like, I am willing to put myself out there. I'm willing to lose money. I'm willing to, take a leap of faith, because like most people are not. And that's what separates the successful people from the not successful people, in my opinion. Any pop-up events planned for next year? Yes, I am dying to do. I mean, honestly, guys, like, I want to do like a full POW live tour. Like, that's my goal. I want to be like traveling around doing live tours. So let me know if you would come. I'd be so nervous no one would come. But I think that'd be really fun to bring guests on stage and like do a whole thing. I'm just trying to time everything with like fertility. Honestly, I'm like, okay, what if I'm pregnant and I have to cancel? What if, it just makes everything so up in the air. Like, I might be doing IVF. I'll save it for another episode. But like, if I'm doing IVF, I don't know, it's just scary to plan things when you're trying to be pregnant or get pregnant, But I would love to do some more in-person events. What brand saddle do you have? I have a tactical saddle right now by Fallon Taylor. When I rode English, I had a Butte, which I really liked. I would like to get a leather Western saddle next. I mean, mine right now is like suede leather, but I would like to get one properly fitted. Did you buy the Palomino as a husband horse? No, that is my Barnes horse. His name's Golden Boy. I really like him. Honestly, I would buy him. And I am in the market for a husband horse. Do you ever miss your era of posting your workouts every day? Honestly, no. I do love making content, but I think that I did it for so long every day that it like took away from my actual workouts. And like I remember the recipe filming, and it was just like a lot of filming. So I don't really miss it. I way prefer coming on the microphone and talking. But I've been TikToking a lot lately and doing like little trends and vlogs and stuff, which I do enjoy. What do you hope to accomplish in the next 10 years? Wow, that's a long time. I would like to have kids who are really happy and emotionally intelligent, and I want to give them a good life. I also would love to write a book one day. I would like to expand my show into something bigger. I would like to public speak more. I would like to just sort of like hone in on everything I've done the last 7 years and like what more value can I add and how many more people can I reach, and just do something really impactful. But who knows? I honestly do really like building brands and products, and I could see myself doing something in the future. Who knows? Maybe it's baby related, maybe it's pet related. Like maybe I create a whole thing out of my mini farm that I want to have. Who knows? Lots of goals. What are you and Greg like when you're drunk? Oh my God, that's really funny. Greg is kind of hilarious. I mean, Greg like will get drunk. Like when on certain occasions, he's a very strict, disciplined person. But like, for example, on Thanksgiving, my guy was drunk for sure. He was like having a field day. He talks a lot. He gets really loud. He giggles a lot. He gets a little bit silly. He has a good time. He smokes a cigar. Me, I have like something in me. I don't know. I don't want to use the word demon. I don't want to use the word demon, but I have something in me that's like, I'm ready to rage every now and again. And it reminds me of like my college self, because I know I talk about my college years as like, oh, it was this really dark time. Yes, like I did hit rock bottom in college, but I also had the time of my life. And I was the person, and you guys aren't really going to believe me, I was the person that everyone came to find out what was going on that night. Like, hey, Mari, what is the schedule? And I'm like, hey, we're going to go to the hockey house. Then we're going to go to Pie Cap. Then we're going to go to Cabs. Then we're going to go to Central City. Then we're going to do this. And you would find me at every single party. Like I would hop to make sure I hit every location. And I would be on the table. I would be dancing. I would be buying the trash can drinks with the straws. Like I would be doing the whole thing. And that is still in me. And I also love music and dancing. Like I really like a good early 2000s throwback. My favorite playlist on Spotify is 2014 pregame. Like that shit gets me going. So I will be playing that at my upcoming holiday party. And that lives inside me. But I also have a side of me when I'm drunk that just cries. So it's one or the other. So I hope that answers the question. Oh, who cries more? You or Greg? Obviously me. Obviously me. Like lately with this fertility shit, I literally cry every day. It's so bad. And I used to never cry in front of strangers. Like I was very weird about crying in front of strangers. For some reason that has changed as of the last month. Like I cry in front of everyone. So yeah. Did Greg get checked for sperm count, quality, etc.? Yes, he did all the testing. And it has greatly improved since we first started. Can you talk about how you got to be so disciplined? I'm really struggling with that. Honestly, practice. I wish you guys could have seen how undisciplined I was when I first started. Like zero accountability, zero structure, didn't have high standards for myself. And then I completely like 180'd everything. And the way I did it was like really small baby steps and making things very achievable for myself and just kept doing them every day to the point where it like wasn't an option. It was like, you're going to the gym. I picked the same time every day to make it easy for myself. I woke up at the same time every day. Like I just didn't leave room for like discussion. Like there was no discussion. I was just going. And even if I went and it like wasn't amazing, I still went. You know what I mean? So yeah, discipline is probably the most useful skill that I've ever honed in on. It is interesting though, being where I'm at now and dealing with like extreme burnout and balancing like a social life and also just not feeling great because of my fertility stuff. I have been struggling a lot more because it's just weird because I'm comparing the way I am now to who I was a year ago. And a year ago, I was a freaking insane like robot person that just sat at a desk the entire day and then went home and did more work and worked out, and I was just really intense. And now I'm like not as intense, and sometimes mentally it's difficult for me to like feel okay about that. So it's sort of a journey, you know? Can you talk more about overweight genetics versus not? I think if you want to learn more about that, I would defer to Dr. Tina Moore, who I interviewed. I think her episode will be out by now. She spoke about that and how some people are genetically disposed to weight gain. So I would go listen to her episode. Have you ever gotten your teeth done? Yes. If you're new around here, if you didn't follow me in 2020, I got veneers and I documented the whole thing. My whole top teeth are veneers. And then because I have really tiny British teeth. They're like spaced out, not cute. And I never opened my mouth before getting veneers. I never smiled. And now I smile all the time. And I'm really glad I did this. It was very expensive, but I told myself, just go through with it because it will change your life. And it did. I got them done when I lived in New York. And I really, really love them. And I think they look very natural. And then the bottom row has like bonding and stuff. But yeah, in the UK, you don't really do braces or anything. So yeah, I have never been obsessed with my real teeth. Why don't you post your meals and daily weightlifting as much? I miss that content. Okay, noted. I didn't realize. I mean, yeah, I should do more of that. You're right. I think I just put so much energy into the show now that I don't post as much on my Instagram, but I will take note of that. How often do you get recognized from fans in your day-to-day life? It honestly depends on where I am. In Austin, it happens quite a lot, but obviously only when I leave my house or the office. So if I'm like on the trail or South Congress, I feel like I run into a lot of you guys. And it's so fun. I love it. In LA, people don't really come up as much. New York, it happens a lot. I've had it happen in foreign countries before, which is crazy. But it's really exciting and I really love meeting you guys, and it makes everything feel very like real and it's very fulfilling. So, okay, guys, I think I'm going to end the episode there. I have a couple suggestions for reflections on your year. Maybe it's a journal prompt or just something to think about if you guys are wanting to reflect on your own year and setting intentions. You know, think about what you're most proud of for 2024, challenges that shaped you. What did you learn? What habits or mindsets do you want to leave behind in 2024? I would just really start thinking about, you know, what did my year look like? What were some things I want to change? I, for one, really want to get better at my phone time. I think that was a big something I fell into was sort of like a comfort during everything I was going through. I just was scrolling too much, and I really want to stop that in 2025. So start thinking about those things that you want to change. And I just really want to encourage you guys to like reflect, rest, and recharge during the holiday season. Reminder, we're taking a holiday break the week of December 23rd. We will be back December 30th with a solo episode to kick off the new year. And again, I want to express my gratitude for all of the support for the pursuit of wellness this year. It's been absolutely incredible, and I love you guys so much. Just a reminder, if you don't follow or subscribe to the show, do so now, because we have an insane lineup of episodes in 2025. Some huge announcements you don't want to miss. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Thanks for joining us on the Pursuit of Wellness podcast. To support this show, please rate and review and share with your loved ones. If you want to be reminded of new episodes, click the subscribe button on your preferred podcast or video player. You can sign up for my newsletter to receive my favorites at marilewellen.com. It will be linked in the show notes. This is a Wellness Loud production produced by Drake Peterson, Fiona Attucks, and Kelly Kyle. This show is edited by Mike Fry, and our video is recorded by Luis Vargas. You can also watch the full video of each episode on our YouTube channel at Mari Fitness. Love you, Power Girls and Power Boys. See you next time. The content of this show is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not a substitute for individual medical and mental health advice and does not constitute a provider-patient relationship. As always, talk to your doctor or health team.